Good morning, guys. Sorry, I've woken up this morning with some sort of a sore throat or something, so bear with me. Um, this was the romance scammer that I was talking about in a previous video. I want you to meet Michael Gomez. Now, unfortunately, he's blocked me and all the photos were taken down. I did manage to grab some screenshots. I did do a reverse image search. And while I'm not 100% sure, I am 99.9% sure this is some sort of a country music singer in America, right? I'm almost 100% sure. And no, it's not the actor. He's definitely a singer of some form. So, meet Michael Gomez. Hello, Juliana. He reaches out at the start of July. I said, good morning. Good morning, Juliana. How are you doing today? I said, I'm fine, thanks. Do we know each other? Sorry, I just came across your profile and I must say you're beautiful. And sorry if you find that embarrassing. I said, why would I find that embarrassing? LOL. Somehow you might. What are you up to right now? I said, it's just after 5 a.m., so I'm getting ready for work. What about you? I'm making a building plan, a little sketch for my clients. I said, oh, are you an architect? How fascinating. You refuse to accept my request. He. That shows you're mad. Likewise, I said it's embarrassing. I'm sorry. Because he kept repeatedly wanting to follow me. He hit me up on my own profile, and obviously it's locked because I have my friends and family on there, and I don't want them to get hit up by scammers because he'll steal all my profile, all my followers. And in response to you refuse to accept my request, I said, why would you assume I'm mad? I don't accept any friend requests until I know someone. Basic internet safety. Yes, and I'm an engineer, he says. Oh, okay. And what's your job? I said, engineer or draftsman? I work at the zoo. Wow, veterinary? I said, no, zoology. I work on highly complex drawings that encompass every aspect of a building also. And you love your job? Incredulous that anyone would actually enjoy working. I said, so you're a draftsman? You can say that as well, he said. And in response to, so you love your job? I said, of course, it's not a job you fall into randomly. And in response to, you can say that as well, I said, what type of engineer? Yes, barely see people working in the zoo, he said, obviously never having been to the zoo and seen all the staff there. You must be pretty hard-working, woman, betraying exactly where he comes from just with that sentence alone. To which I responded, the zoo is full of people working there, lol. The animals don't take care of themselves. And in response to what type of engineer, he goes, civil engineering. That's nice. How old are you? I said, 32, and you? Really? Can you send me a picture? I said, my pic is on my profile. You're a civil engineer working on buildings? We usually use construction engineers, not civil. Now, I just want to interject here. I don't know, right? I deal with engineers a little bit in my line of work, but I don't deal, I don't know the minutiae and the nuances of which engineering, but neither does this guy. So let's face it, it doesn't matter. Likewise, he continues, some people classify it as civil, such as buildings, bridges, roads, etc. I said, okay. I want to see how tall you are, he demands, really randomly. That's why I requested for a picture, and if you don't mind sending me one. I said, I'm sorry, what? I'm 5'6". Why does height matter? How tall are you? Are you so superficial? To which our idiot said, I'm very tall, which shows me he's probably very short. And the reason he asked me and said that he needed to see my height is because he was collecting photos. He wanted to make sure he had a full body one. I said, I don't care about height. It's superficial. Okay, if you say so, he said. But doesn't matter in women, said the man who had just asked me to send him a photo because he wanted to check how tall I was. I said, so why do you care? So I showed him where he said, I want to see how tall you are, and put in a pensive emoji. I said, and you never told me how old you are. Just want to know, that's all. I'm 6'4", ignoring the age question. I said, but you said it didn't matter. Yes, he said. I'm assuming that's around his age. And in response to I'm 6'4", I said, again, I don't care about height. And in response to guess, I said, no, I don't like silly games. I told you when asked. Ha 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 ha! I have 43. And sends a photo of himself, I believe, with his grandfather, which you saw at the start. And in response to I have 43, I went, old. Because no one in America or Australia or England would ever say, I have 43 years. With Granny on 4th of July, he said. And I'm 100% sure that was a man in that photo and not a woman. And in response to old, he goes, does age matters to you? Here's that photo again that he claims is his granny. Tell me that is not a man in that picture. But anyway, these guys are so dumb. And in response to with Granny on 4th of July, I said, Granny looks like a man. Sorry. And does age matter to you? I said, you asked first. If you're here to play silly games, I'm not interested. Okay, sorry. I'm playful. For me, age doesn't really matter. What matters most is what the heart feels. Love heart eyes. Kissy face. Mwah. To which, and in response to, oh, okay, sorry, I'm playful. I said, no, it's rude. You ask a question, I answer. I ask, you don't. From now on, I'll not answer questions either. And in response to, for me, age doesn't really matter. What matters most is what the heart feels. I said, like I said, you're the one that asked first, not me. Okay, that's cool, he said. You made coffee already? Having run out of any conversation. I said, guess. Still laying on bed, he said. I said, guess. Because obviously he'd forgotten that I said it was after 5 a.m. and I was getting ready for work. Lol, came the rather frustrated but good-humoured response. I said, hint, I already told you what I'm doing. You need to actually pay attention. Are you married, he says, and do you have kids? And if yes, how many? Going through his scammer list of questions. I said, are you doing a survey? No and no. Ever been married? And in response to being asked if he was doing a survey, he goes, lol, and maybe. I said, want to answer the questions you ask as well? That's how a mature adult conversation goes. For example, you ask if I'm married, then you qualify the question with an answer of your own. Capiche? To which he says, actually, I'm divorced. It's been 5 years now. Exclamation, exclamation. Now, I start to get used to people's writing style, and this guy has definitely hit me up before, but under a celebrity. I said, good for you. I'm sure it was for the best. I've never married. And I'm blessed with 3 kids. I've got a twin and a boy, Santiago. I said, see, that's a conversation, an adult one. And how old? Asking his children his ages. I said, all of them, not just the boy. And he sends the following photo. Stealing this, country singer's family pictures. 2 girls and a boy, he said. I said, yes, you said, how old? 11, 7. I said, okay, I guess they live with their mum and you get them on the weekends. Nope, he said. I have custody of my kids because she's into drugs and can't handle the well-being of them all. Aren't they always? They're either cheating and off with another man or on drugs or dead. I said, poor woman. Turning the script around on this guy. Addiction is terrible. I hope she gets help and then gets the kids back. It's tragic, the trap people fall into. Poor woman. Hope someone is loving her. To which my scammer said, that was the life she chose. It all started when I left for a job in another state. So there, it's his fault. In other words, she's married to another man and have kids over her new relationship. I thought she couldn't have kids or couldn't look after kids because she was so drug-riddled. But anyway, semantics, guys. And in response to hope someone is loving her, he goes, yes, of course. Starting to feel something was a little bit off at this point. And in response to that was the life she chose. It all started when I left for a job in another state. I poked at him. Nobody chooses addiction. Something drives people to it. Maybe she felt neglected. But I never accepted her back in my life because she hurt me really bad, laments my scammer. And in response to, in other words, she's married to another man and have kids over her new relationship, I said then she should have access to the kids, even after providing everything she wanted in life. lamented my scammer again, not understanding at all about healthy relationships. And in response to then she should have access to the kids. Oh, I didn't allow that to happen, he claims. I said, oh, well, then it wasn't meant to be. What about you? What happened to your man? Wanting to find any gap, any vulnerability in my armor that he could use to manipulate me, right? This is what they do, guys. And in response to I didn't allow that to happen, I said, your poor kids. Imagine being kept from their mother. And in response to what happened to your man, I said, what man? I've never married. I'm friends with all my exes. And in response to your poor kids, imagine being kept from their mother, he all of a sudden does a 180. Sometimes they want to go see her. I'm making arrangements when my heart feel I can take them to go see her. And in response to what man? I've never been married, he goes, dating? Your exes? And how long were you in the relationship? And why did you leave? They're taking notes here, guys. And I know this isn't very funny. It does get nasty toward the end. But this is more about red flags to look out for, asking lots of personal questions. Again, trying to find any way to worm into my heart so that I would eventually send him money. And in response to your exes, I said, yes, the people you dated and then broke up with. And in response to why did you leave? I said, I don't think that's anyone's business bar mine and my exes. And in response to how long were you in the relationship? I said, I've been in several, none stuck. And in response to sometimes they want to go see her, his children, I said, that's not fair on the kids. That's cold. And in response to I've been on in several relationships and none stuck, he goes, oh, wow. Shocked to his core that women might actually date. And in response to that's not fair on the kids, that's cold, he goes, well, they were neglected by here and she got more time having fun with other men when I'm not home. Again, showing exactly where he's from. And in response to I don't think that's anyone's business but bar mine and my exes, he goes, you think so? Starting to get annoyed now. And in response to, yes, the people you dated and then broke up with, he goes, I don't date multiple women. I'm a man of high value. Barely. I find my match in the dating phase. Whatever that meant. So in response to, you think so? I said, I know so. And in response to, I don't date multiple women, I'm a man of high value, I, weirdly enough, took offense and said, so you're intimating that I'm not high value because I date? Wow, starting to see why your wife chose drugs and other men. You're a real peach, aren't you? Nah, came the response, because my scammer didn't understand irony, sarcasm, or what the term meant, obviously. To which I went, yeah. Well, don't just judge. She hurt me real bad, and I would never wish that for my enemy, said my scammer. And in response to, so you're intimating that I'm not high value because I date? He goes, nope. Oh, I didn't say that. Don't quote me wrong, please, said the man who absolutely bloody said that. I said, well, you're coming across as self-righteous and really repugnant. And in response to, wow, starting to see why your wife chose drugs and other men, he goes, don't say that, please. I said, you're the one making moral judgments on people you don't know online while spilling your guts to strangers. Oh, I'm sorry if that was harsh, Juliana, said my scammer, absolutely backpedaling and saying that this wasn't going to go his way. I said, you're such a high-value man online on Instagram spilling your poor wife's issues to strange women. Well, I don't like to talk about that, said the scammer who absolutely liked to talk about that, but I was moved to share with you. I said, don't forget you left her alone with 3 kids. And in response to that whole thing about being moved to share with me, I said, you clearly do like talking about it. I didn't even ask for details. I didn't tell you details of my private life. Oh, okay, came the response. I don't even know you. I've spoken to you for 30 minutes. The energy attraction between us seems to be more connecting, he now puts in. I said, does it? If you say so. Yes, it does, he declares. I said, I guess it doesn't need to be two-way, to which my absolute fuckwit said, yes. I said, that's good to know. Glad to know it doesn't need both parties to think so. What's your zodiac sign, said my scammer. I said, I don't believe that nonsense. I'm science-driven. Oh, really? He said. I said, yes, really. I do believe them, and in some cases it works on everyone. I said, okay, I don't. Okay, Juliana, he said, starting to feel defeated. I said, so I take it you're American. Mixed race, said no person in the world, in my opinion. You, he said. And in response to mixed race, I said, what does mixed race mean? And in response to you, I said, I'm in Sydney, Australia. And you live in America? Came the response to me saying I'm in Sydney, Australia. And in response to what does mixed race mean? Hispanic Americano, he puts in all in one word because they don't understand what that means. And in response to do I live in America, I said, no, as I stated, I'm in Sydney. And Hispanic Americano, I said, I don't think anyone actually says mixed race anymore. To which, and in response to that, he goes, oh, I still, because it's my heritage. I said, oh, okay, well, I'm quarter Scottish, quarter Irish, quarter Russian, and quarter Finnish. I guess I'm mixed race as well, mocking him and that stupid statement from the 50s, mixed race. Wow, he says, that's nice. I've got Australia clients here in the States. I said, I'm sure you do. They're very nice people, I must say. I said, people are people everywhere, the same. Where in America are you? I'm from Texas, Dallas, my home. Because that's about the only one they know. I think it seems to be Texas and Michigan for some weird reason. I said, okay. But I've got homes in California, Alabama, New Jersey. I said, good to have a home in New Jersey. That's good. To which my idiot says, have you been to America before? I said, yes, several times. And which states have you been to? I said, Alaska, Las Vegas, Hawaii, and Cali. To which he says, wow, you have families over here? Because that would be the only reason to go over there, right, guys? I said, no, I just like to travel. Benefits of not having kids or spouses. Oh, really? He said, you must be having so much fun. Unlike coming to Hawaii is filled with lots of foreigners. They enjoy being in the States, places like Florida, said my scammer who doesn't know that Hawaii is a state of America. So in response to, oh, you must really be having fun, unlike coming to Hawaii is filled with lots of foreigners, I said, Hawaii is full of Americans and people from Hawaii. Everywhere is full of tourists. And in response to places like Florida, I said, Florida, I heard, is an absolute toilet. That's where the Florida man meme came from. Apologies to anyone in Florida. I'm not taking a dig, obviously. And in response to Hawaii is full of Americans and people from Hawaii, he goes, yes, the states have a significance where people come from all over the world. And in response to that's where the Florida man meme came from, ha 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 ha, what are you doing? Because he obviously had no idea what I was talking about. I said, just finished dinner, and yes, it was yummy, to save you asking. Ha ha ha, and you didn't call me to come join you, lol. Beautiful Juliana, he said. Are you sleeping? I'm going to bed right now. To which I responded, where in the world are you for it to be bedtime for you when you sent that last message, I mean? Because obviously he hadn't realised that he'd sent it Nigerian time, not American time. Hello, Juliana. How are you today? Are you there? And because my I think my account had been blocked at this point, and in response to where in the world are you for it to be bedtime for you, hey, I don't know your time zone at the moment, so please don't get me wrong, yeah. Completely misunderstanding what I was saying, or understanding and just going to gaslight me because he messed up the time zones. Are you okay? He says the next day. Did you stop talking? And tried to ring me. I missed it. I was so annoyed. I could actually pick up the call, but I missed it, right? I was on my way home from work. So I come back after my 7 days in jail because of being banned on Instagram. I said, sorry, I've been in jail for the last week, got into a fight in a bar, but I'm back now. Oh, really? Said my scammer. Sorry about that. I was thinking maybe you restricted me or blocked me. I said, nah, I caught someone trying to pinch my wallet, so I knocked them out and bang, 5 days in jail to cool off, then a $30,000 bond. You shot at them? Said my scammer, who didn't understand a word I'd said. I said, no, I knocked them out. I already told you this. Oh, that's so sad. I'm sorry about that. And you're fine now? Completely misunderstanding. I said, I hit him. He didn't get a punch in. I'm fine. Okay, Juliana, can I see a photo of you? So I sent a very young Kate Blanchett. I said, after I dyed my hair. You look beautiful, but why do you keep ignoring my request? Are you fake? Because again, he had asked to follow me on Instagram and I would not allow it. I kept refusing. I said, call me and see. See my accent. It's Aussie. Give me your number. Do you have WhatsApp? Starting to get very annoyed now. And in response to, but why do you keep ignoring my request? I said, I don't allow follows from people I haven't spoken with. And give me your number, elicited. You can call here if you like you tried while I was away. Show me that American accent you have. I love an American accent. And in response to, I don't allow follows from people I haven't spoken with. Okay then, you're not ready to know me, he says. You're so stubborn. And in response to love an American accent, I don't care if you. At this point, he was so triggered, guys, because I wouldn't give him my number or accept his follow requests. He'd had enough. He needed to get on with the scam. And in response to show me that American accent you have, did I tell you I have an American accent? He said. And in response to my photos, this doesn't even look real. And in response to, did I tell you I have an American accent? I said, you said you were Spanish or Mexican American. If you can't keep up with your own stuff, that's not on me. But I know exactly what accent you have. Which is? I said, I think you already know, don't you? Considering the chat and what you've tried to make me believe. You're just cut that you aren't in my profile, accessing my followers. If you were real, you'd call, but you won't. Goodbye. Which triggered my scammer. Shut the fuck up. I won't call you, he threatens me with a good time. I said, scammer triggered, LOL. Don't bother me, please. I'm actually busy, said my scammer, who wasn't busy. And in response to I won't call you, I said, coward. You don't even look real, he said. And in response to don't bother me, please, I'm actually busy, I sent an insane amount of laughing emojis. And in response to you don't even look real, I said, we know you aren't. We knew this immediately. The pic you're using, oh my God. I don't give a fuck, he said. To which I sent more laughing emojis. I said, triggered. Nah, I'm not, he lies, being completely triggered. I don't even know you, laughing emoji. To which I sent more laughing emojis. I said, still you're triggered. Love a dumb scammer. You got baited. That's why you went to jail, laughing emoji, said my absolute idiot. If you were in the States, you would have gone into extinction, threatening me with nothing. And in response to my picture, you are looking like a frog, LOL, laughing emoji. And in response to that's why you went to jail, I said, you're so dumb. And in response to you have gone into extinction, I sent lots of laughing emojis. And in response to you are looking like a frog, I said, yes, well done, says the man with the stolen photo. Triggered, he tried my own word back at me. I said, yes, you are, clearly. To which he sent a laughing emoji. I said, you're about as American as I am West African. You ugly girl, he said. I said, yes, you muggles are hideous. I meant to write hilarious. Right, and I misspelt it, but it worked out advantageously for me anyway. And in response to being called ugly, I'm sorry, Kate Blanchett, you've really not. I said, oh, baby's upset. Hustle not going the way you want. Oh, have a cry. To which he sent side-eye. To which I sent laughing emoji, and he sent an unimpressed face. I said, the nonsense you wrote, oh my God, it was hilarious at how bad at this you are. Do you even know whose pictures you're using? Barking like a dog, he said, because he couldn't come up with anything better. I said, no, of course not, because you're not bright, are you? We'd cross-posted. So in response to barking like a dog, I said, your West African is showing. Bitch, you confused as, he says. And I could be. He could have been from South Africa, honestly. He could have been. His English was better than normal, so I would probably say South African. And in response to, bitch, you confused as, I said, says the pathetic scammer, so dumb. LMNAO, Juliana, you don't have a life. No kids, nothing, thinking that I told him everything was true. I said, yes, Mr. Engineer. And in response to, you don't have a life, no kids, I said, you think, idiot. No life, a waste product. I take that back, I think he's Nigerian. And in response to no life, I said, baiting you scammers. You dad would have aborted you if you were in the States, he said. And in response to a waste product, I said, a scammer triggered. And in response to that whole thing of my dad would have aborted me, I sent laughing emojis. I said, you're so stupid. Or he would have used the condoms. Laughing emoji in plural. I said, oh, that's the best you can do, little boy. I'm sure you don't look like a woman, he said. I said, what are you, 12? Send your complete picture. If issue for you. I don't know what that was, but still trying to get photos. I said, using stolen photos. You wish, referring to sending photos. I got lots of pretty women. I said, you can't even call to show me who you really are, little dirty scammer. And in response to, I got lots of pretty women, I said, I highly doubt that. You're lying to get them. You are a low-life bitch. Go get a life, he said, getting completely off his rocker. I said, like I said, triggered, like a baby. F off and get a real job instead of scamming online. You think, he said, a handsome man like would do that, he said, using a stolen photo. I said, but we already know that isn't you in the photo, don't we? We knew this as soon as you texted with that BS name and story. And in response to, you think a handsome man like would do that, I said, and your English is slipping, little man. LMAO, he puts in, lost for words. I said, Mr. American, mixed race. Oh my God, you're so bad at this. You've got zero game, zero riz, and you're bad at hustling. Are you good at anything? To which he sent laughing emojis. I said, clearly not, but we knew that already, at which point, bang, he blocked me and was gone. And that was the end of Michael Gomez and my usual pathetic attempt at romance scam baiting. I think I'll leave that to Annie. But yes, there we go. So, obviously more videos coming. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, guys. Love you guys. Stay safe. I know this was more sort of educational than funny, but there's some of the red flags right there. So, yeah, be safe. Love you guys. Bye.